and begin.
Hey everybody. It has been an amazing month for World of Warcraft.
Okay.
Ever since WoW Classic launched on August 26th, we've seen millions of players around the world jump in to explore Azeroth as it stood before the Cataclysm.
That's true.
Whether you're revisiting old memories or experiencing it for the very first time, it's been humbling for the team to share in the community's passion and enthusiasm around this classic experience.
True.
We've seen players hit max level. We have seen Onyxia and Ragnaros fall. Several Sulfuruses have been crafted around the world. We've even heard about a couple of epic BOEs ninja looted, shame on you.
Ah!
And many, many Devil Swords have fallen and donated their leather to fuel the server's economy, Devil Sword leather. We've also heard from many of you that you're ready for something new to sink your teeth into.
Yes, please.
And so, while we originally had this Phase 2 plan that was going to be Dire Maul Dungeon, World Bosses, and the Honor System for PvP,
Okay.
I'm happy to announce that we're going to break Dire Maul out separately and get it out there as soon as possible.
Oh!
In fact, just a couple of weeks from now, the week of October 15th,
What?
Dire Maul Dungeon will go live worldwide in Classic. So get ready to craft those ogre suits, practice those tribute runs, and get your hands
Damn!
on that sweet, sweet loot from Dire Maul.
They're dropping
Of
Dire
course, we
Maul
still have
early.
The Honor System and World Bosses just around the corner after that, and I'll share more detailed information on exactly when to expect that as soon as we can.
Great.
But we can't wait to
Good.
see everybody jump into Dire Maul. Now, it's also
Good.
been an incredible couple of weeks in Battle for Azeroth. Just last week, we saw patch 825 go live.
Yes, so.
And players around the world got to experience the thrilling end to the war campaign.
Yes.
As Saurfang's long journey brought him to stand side by side with Anduin in front of the gates of Orgrimmar, facing down Sylvanas and her forces to bring this battle that has consumed all of Azeroth to an end once and for all. But in the meantime,
Yep.
there are other threats that have been lurking in the shadows. Lest we forget our adventures in Nazjatar, and at the end of Eternal Palace, when we faced down Queen Ashara herself, we did so against the backdrop of an ancient prison built to contain one of the mightiest of all evils that Azeroth has ever known, the old god N'Zoth. And as Queen Ashara fell, with her last gasp, the lock, the final seal that contained N'Zoth, was broken, and he was fully unleashed. And so what does that mean for us?
Yeah. Yes.
Well, I'm excited to announce that the next major content update coming to World of Warcraft Battle for Azeroth is Visions of N'Zoth.
Visions of
And we'll
N'Zoth.
answer that question and so much more. For the first time, we're going to see an old god unleashed in their full might.
Good.
In their dark fury.
Let's see
We
it.
have seen Cthulhu's Eye. We have seen Yogg-Saron locked away in a prison. We have heard of Ysarj, who perished
Yasharash,
long
buddy.
ago. But now, for the first time, we are contending
Whatever.
with an old god that is fully free of all shackles
Let's do it.
to roam Azeroth, to reach out with his tentacles and tendrils and plot and plan and undermine all that keeps us safe.
Those are the same thing.
That is the threat that we face in Visions of N'Zoth.
Okay, so an old god that's not holding back. I dig it.
Ny'alotha, the
Ooh.
sleeping city, the dreaming city, as some have called it,
Ny'alotha.
is the domain of the Black Empire. It is this alternate world
Yo, that's Pandaria.
inhabited by the old gods and their minions. And it's not a distant location for us to travel to via a starship or a portal. It's in fact all around us, on
What?
the other side of this thin veil. And what N'Zoth is doing is
What?
tearing that veil down, bringing horrible nightmares and dark visions of a future in which the forces of the old god
Yo.
are ascendant into our world. And if we don't stop him, there will be nothing left of Azeroth.
Okay, so Ny'alotha, the Black Empire, it's not, like he said, it's not some on other planet. It's not some distance away. It's going, yeah, we love craft. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, we love craft. Absolutely. It's like another realm, another dimension. And it's like technically all around us. I could get into that. I could get into that. Yeah, sure, absolutely.
To defend. Because this has been a battle for Azeroth between the Alliance and Horde, but it's also always been a battle for the safety of Azeroth, for the future of Azeroth that our heroes have been waging all along.
Sure, why
And
not?
This now is coming to its conclusion. Now, Titan facilities across Azeroth are the key to containing, controlling, and understanding the power of N'Zoth. The Titans have always been our world's last bulwark against the assault of the old gods. And so, of course, those facilities are being assaulted by the minions of N'alotha, whether humanoid allies, horrible insects, or the eldritch creatures of the old gods themselves. We're going to have to rally to their
look at that,
defense.
look at that, look at that, look at that. Look at that right there. That's in Pandaria. Look at that. Okay, I'm not going to lie. Seeing these big cosmetic changes to this place, to places like that, dude, that would be awesome.
And actually venture through these rifts into the world that N'alotha's minions inhabit, into an alternate reality that reflects the manifestation of all of N'alotha's goals, to analyze it, understand the power of the old gods, and destroy these visions from within. We talk about what that actually means in practice in terms of gameplay.
Okay.
Now, the first sign of N'alotha's power that we're going to witness firsthand are assaults by his minions on two key locations in Azeroth that are home to Titan facilities. Now, these Titan facilities are our world's last defense, our final bulwark against N'alotha coming completely into our world and plunging it into madness.
Yeah.
So when an assault is active, the zone will be overcome with powerful lieutenants of N'alotha, enemies to defeat, treasures to uncover, puzzles to solve, and much more.
So this sounds like they're taking the idea of the Legion invasions and expanding upon that. I like that.
Building out this content has drawn upon everything that we've learned in making assaults in Tides of Vengeance, as well as major zones like Mechagon and Nashtatar most recently.
Yeah.
Now let's take a look at a couple of these locations.
Yes, please.
First off,
whoa, Oldham!
Home to the Halls of Origination, a great Titan vault, is going to come under regular assault by the minions of N'alotha. When an assault is active in the zone, players will rally to Uldum and battle across the zone against the old god's minions.
Look at that.
Another key location in Azeroth
that's
home to a major Titan facility is the Veil of Eternal Blossoms back in Pandaria.
That's right.
Mogushan Vaults is what I'm referring to, of course.
That's
now,
right.
Last time we saw the Veil of Eternal Blossoms, it had been blighted with dark Shah energy unleashed by Garrosh.
Yeah, Garrosh blew it the hell up. Yes.
Now, the passage of time and the natural redemption that came at the end of that arc has finally healed those old wounds to the land.
Oh,
and the
thank
Veil
God!
Restored to its original glory for all players to visit in this next content.
God, man.
At least until it comes under attack by the minions of the old gods.
Woo, y'all, look at that. Look at that. Oh, I dig it. So, y'all, the veil is finally going to be restored. Finally, no more Shah energy just meddling about. Finally, okay, they were restoring the veil. I love it. All right, now tell us more about this.
And plunged into a new type of darkness.
Good.
Don't worry, it's only going to look like this while N'alotha is actively assaulting it.
Oh, good. It's not staying like that.
In the long run, the original pristine veil is here to stay. But you'll want to journey here, fight off the old gods' minions, unravel the mysteries behind them, and do everything you can to thwart this great threat that's facing Azeroth.
Yes.
Now, Visions of N'alotha isn't just the name of this content update, it's also the name of its major new feature.
Ooh.
By completing assaults, you'll be able to earn your way into the deepest recesses of N'alotha's mind and the reality that's seeking to manifest itself across Azeroth. There are these horrific visions, which are 1 to 5 player content centered around the capital cities of Orgrimmar and Stormwind. That show us an alternate reality of what might come to pass if we do not succeed. Here we see maps of Orgrimmar and Stormwind indicating the deepening corruption the farther into the cities we go. Now, when you first...
Yo, guys!
I can virtually guarantee you're not going to make it very far.
Okay.
Your mind will succumb to N'alotha's relentless assault as your sanity slips away. You'll begin to experience effects, various detrimental effects, some cosmetic, some very serious mechanical hindrances, as your sanity literally is drained by being in this horrific vision.
That's
and by facing off against various...
Okay, look at this right here. This is the Dark Shaman set from Mists of Pandaria. And over here, these were the plates. This was like, I believe this was the DK set from Mists of Pandaria. Yep, look at that. Look at that axe right there. It's the axe with the eye on it. The one that looks like Soul Edge from Soul Calibur. That is the two-hander axe from Ankiraj right there. I love that they're using like I love that they're using like armor sets and weapon sets that, you know, had to do with the old gods. I love that. I love that.
Detrimental effects, some cosmetic, some very serious mechanical hindrances, as your sanity literally is drained by being
Dark
within
Edge
this
of
horrific
Insanity. That's
vision
right.
and by facing off against
Look at
N'Zoth's
Stormwind,
minions.
y'all.
You will have to retreat, but you'll do it taking with you the things that you've learned along the way, which will enable you to build better defenses for your future trips. Now, we're going to be working with none other
So you'll do them, but
than
you'll have to back
Wrathion,
out because you'll
son
go
of
insane.
Deathwing, who knows a thing or two about corruption, because his father, of course, was
Wrathion,
famously plunged into madness
Thought I heard Wrathion.
by N'Zoth's corruption. And what else does Wrathion know very well?
Okay.
Well, of course, legendary cloaks.
What?
And Wrathion is going to work with us to create a legendary cloak that will initially
What?
provide some sort of defense, some sort of shield against N'Zoth's sanity-draining attacks. This will enable us to venture deeper and deeper into these visions on our successive visits. Getting greater rewards, also unlocking more of the mysteries behind N'Zoth's power. This cloak may actually also come in handy when you face off against N'Zoth himself further down the road.
Okay, I mean, that makes sense anyway, because cloaks were usually used, you know, as a shroud to protect you anyway, so... Okay, yeah. Yeah, that works. This makes him a bearded dragon. Oh my god.
Now, in addition to the legendary cloaks, you'll also be taking fragments of N'Zoth's corruption out of these horrific visions with you. You can bring them to Mother and Magni to analyze and research, which will allow you and allow them to strengthen your defenses against N'Zoth's corruption and give you new tools to battle him and his minions. These will help your future visits into the horrific visions, allowing you to delve deeper, overcome greater threats, and weather the effects of his sanity-draining attacks. Ever since the Mage Tower in Legion, we've been looking for a way to provide a more satisfying solo progression experience and a real challenge that you can work towards on your own without needing a group of dungeon players or raiders or a battleground group at your side. And that's one of our goals, really, in crafting this Visions of N'Zoth feature and these horrific visions. This is an experience that you can go into entirely solo and work your way through, making progress further and further each time as you gain the benefit of Titan research, understand the tricks and the threats posed by N'Zoth's enemies, and eventually fully clear the vision at the end of your journey.
Cool.
Now, of course, you can also bring friends in with you.
Good.
We've made this experience something that will scale seamlessly from 1 to 5 players, regardless of your role, and the rewards are equal regardless of the size of your group.
Great.
We want to let you experience this the way that best suits your playstyle. We can't wait to let players check this out on the PTR and hear from you what you think.
Okay.
And all of this is leading to a showdown with N'Zoth himself.
Yeah.
And that journey is going to take us into the sprawling raid that is the centerpiece
Whoa! All right.
Ny'alotha.
Ny'alotha is the final
That
raid.
showcases the full splendor of the Black Empire. We're going to have to fight our way through the military might
Here we
of
go,
N'Zoth's
y'all.
minions,
Look at Ny'alotha.
disgusting spawning pools that
wow, look
created
at that.
the corruption
Boy
that
dragon
we've
in
seen
that
across the
wraith.
years, the insectoid
boy
allies
walker.
and minions of N'Zoth, those humans that have decided to embrace his cause of corruption, and much more.
Y'all.
At the end of this journey awaits the old god himself. We're going to need
Wow.
all of our allies, all of our might, all that we have learned through our research,
Wow.
our work with Magni, and channeling the power of Azeroth
So we
herself
are
in order
definitely
to
going to fight
emerge
N'Zoth at the
triumphant
end of this.
and save Azeroth.
Are we
We
going
also
to
have a
defeat
number
him?
of
That's the
changes
question.
coming to our reward systems with Visions of N'Zoth.
Okay.
In addition to the legendary cloak that I mentioned earlier,
Yeah.
that you can earn and upgrade to defend yourself against N'Zoth's assaults,
Mm-hmm.
we'll also have new levels for the Heart of Azeroth that come with
Okay.
it both passive benefits and an all-new essence slot. Now, that slot can be filled by a number of new essences that you'll be able to earn through content such as the assaults on Uldum and Vale of Eternal Blossoms.
You'll notice these essences over here. I see legendary grade. I see epic grade, rare. Yeah, blues, greens, yeah. So basically this is how, yeah, they've now effectively completely replaced the artifact weapons, yeah.
Delving into Horrific Visions, our new Mythic Plus season, PvP, the Ny'alotha raid, and more. And also, as we're seeing assaults by the minions of N'Zoth on Titan forges around the world, we have to wonder, is it possible that these assaults on Titan forges might somehow change the nature of Titan forging. This is something we are still discussing, and we are working on a plan that we'll be able to roll out in the very near future. But we're excited about the idea of embracing the old god threat this time around to replace Titan forging with something a bit different, something a bit more twisted and corrupt, that also ideally works to preserve the value of item level and the correlation between doing difficult content and getting the best rewards. Also,
Okay. You wanna preserve the all that spiel you said about item levels and stuff like that while addressing Titan forging. Okay. Okay. Well, here's your solution. It's a very easy one. Get rid of it. Get rid of it.
coming in Visions of N'Zoth, at long last, are a couple of new allied races joining the Horde
Okay, here we
and
go.
the Alliance. First off, on the Horde side, in a shock to everyone, I'm sure,
Yeah.
we have the Volpera of
Uh-huh,
Vol'jin,
yeah.
who will be joining the Horde.
There you
And
go.
if you've completed the Vol'jin
You got your
level up
foxes.
quest line, and you're exalted with the Voldunai, you'll be able to jump in Visions of N'Zoth.
There you go.
complete
Kitsune's
quest
everywhere.
line,
Yup.
And run around as a Volpera of your very own. Alpaca not included.
Alpaca not included.
Sorry.
Yeah.
On the Alliance side, in the meantime,
Let me guess.
the Mechanomes of
Yep.
Mechagon are
Yeah,
joining the
saw that
mission
one
of
coming.
the Alliance. Grateful for the aid
Saw
that's been
that
rendered
one
in
coming.
overthrowing the despotic rule of King
Sure.
Mechagon.
Why
The
not?
Mechanomes will complete a quest line for those of you who are exalted with Mechagon and can join the Alliance, and you too can have a gnome of your very own with a robot arm and or leg, your choice.
Sure. Why
I'm also
not?
happy to share that we're adding new Heritage Armor quest lines for the recently updated Goblin and Worgen.
Oh!
Visions of N'Zoth. On the Goblin side, you'll be able to
Hey, hold on. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that, y'all. Look at that thing. Look at the Goblin Heritage Armor. That fits. That fits. That's engineering style. Look at that. There's even like a little screw sticking out of his boot down here. Love the inclusion of the goggles. There's TNT on their pauldrons. There's a rocket. That's the Wowhead rocket. Look at that, y'all. It's the Wowhead rocket. That's awesome. There's bombs and grenades around their belt. I love it. That is beautiful heritage armor. I love it. That's great.
perfectly suitable set, complete with explosives.
That's great.
And rockets.
Love it.
Everything else that makes a goblin's cold heart
Love it.
happy. And of course, for
Ah!
what Worgen would be complete without a top hat that you can
Fancy
at long last use
wolves!
to express your true snooty inner self, or just walk around as a
Fancy
wolf. Who
wolves.
doesn't want to
Top
do that, really?
hats.
Also coming with Visions of N'Zoth is a complete overhaul of our auction house. This
Oh!
isn't just a UI reskin. We
Thank
actually
God.
redesigned and rebuilt the guts of the system to make it faster, more performant,
Thank
and to get rid
God.
of those annoying single stacks that literally no one likes. We recognize that there
damn
are
time.
hundreds of thousands of transactions happening across our auction houses
How they
on a
gonna do it?
regular basis, and we want to create a modern system that's smooth and easy to use.
Okay.
In redesigning the auction house, we had a couple of major goals. First off, we wanted to make the whole thing smoother and more performant. This is something that we
Please.
started working on right around the launch of Battle for Azeroth, when folks may remember the auction houses were clogged with
Yeah.
tons and tons of single stacks.
Yeah.
And searches and even purchasing or selling things
God.
might take several seconds or upwards of a minute in some unfortunate cases. We want to make sure that never happens again.
Thank you.
Separately, we want to tailor the auction house functionality to the way that most people use it most frequently.
Okay.
And so, if you're just somebody who goes to the auction house periodically to buy consumables for your raid or to sell some extra stacks of cloth or ore, we want to make that as smooth and as seamless a process as possible.
Sure.
The first major change that we've made is separating out stackable items
What?
to effectively create a separate commodities market where you can just go list a
What?
stack of ore or cloth or potions, and people who are purchasing them can purchase portions of a stack. There's no more
Oh,
status of,
thank
there's one of
God!
this and two of this. There just happen to
Thank
be 117
God!
pieces of ore at this price, listed by 7 or 8 different buyers. If you want to buy them, you can just buy 15 pieces.
Oh, thank
It'll buy
God.
part of someone's stack, send them the gold. If you've listed a stack and only part of it sold, you'll get the gold for what's sold, and
Great.
the remainder back in the mail to you.
Great.
Also, we have the ability to favorite items and create a shopping list for yourself. If
Really?
you regularly forget the name of that specific
Really?
gem or that consumable, you can just have a checklist that you can quickly search for, and buy on the go.
Wow.
And on the selling side,
That's
you won't have to worry about stack sizes as you're
beautiful. Beautiful. They have effectively fixed the auction house. That will effectively fix the auction house. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. That's a beautiful concept. I love it. That's beautiful.
listing your
Love
goods, and
Bravo.
undercutting is much less of a factor in the market as it plays out in
Yes,
practice.
really.
Ultimately, we've just tried to offer improved functionality, a smoother interface, and faster responsiveness for people on all sides of the market, as well as some of the power users out there. We can't wait for people to check it out on the PTR. Let us know what you think, and we'll be listening to see any further improvements we can make.
Love it. So that also pretty much confirmed it. They're announcing a new expansion at BlizzCon. I mean, it was obvious anyway, but yeah, this pretty much gave it away right here. So I'm calling it right now. 8.3 is the final patch for 8.3 is the final content patch for BFA. Yeah, new expansions definitely getting announced. That means they could possibly, y'all. The next expansion is probably going to come sooner than we think, because normally these expansions like to drop in close to Q4, later in the year. I would not be surprised if the next expansion. I would not be surprised if the next expansion drops sooner. I would not be surprised if it drops sooner. Although, since we are fighting Ny'alotha at the end of this raid, that begs the question: are we killing him? Are we gonna beat him, or are we just gonna push him back and then he kills us at the end or something like that? I don't know, but yeah, we'll beat him, but will we defeat him? That's the question. I personally don't think we will. But, who knows, because they still got to do all that stuff with Sylvanas and everything. Two factions, Void versus Mortals, possibly. Possibly, yeah. It's very possible. Push him back, yeah, we'll probably push him back. But then again, it's like, how do you push him back? He's already here. And it's like, how do you contain it? The question is, how do you contain him again? Because, some people have speculated can Ny'alotha contain him? And it's like, that's a good question. Can it? Who knows? Who knows? But I have to say, I'm not going to lie. 8.3 is looking a little promising. 8.3 is definitely looking promising.